Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today in this particular video we are going to explore how to convert unstructured data like for example a scanned image or PDF file to a structured format using Amazon Bedrock using its generative AI capabilities. Okay, and for this particular discussion here I have taken one particular hospital discharge summary of a patient. So let's go through this particular document first and let's try to understand what are the important information available in this unstructured data, and then we will apply Bedrock to get structured format out of it. So here if you see in the top, here we are having some information about the hospital, and then here if you go to the hospital discharge summary, this first paragraph, here you will be getting provider. So what is provider? In general, a provider is nothing but a person who gives someone something they needed, right? But in this particular medical context, here we can say provider is nothing but healthcare provider. And that particular provider's name is available here. Maybe this is a doctor's name who has completed PhD. That qualification is also available here. Then the next information is provider's PTID. So what is this? So in USA, there is something called NPI. National Provider Identifier. Using this particular unique ID, you can uniquely identify one particular physician, doctor or healthcare provider. So that particular unique ID is provided here. Then the patient who visited the hospital or went to the provider for some health related issues, that patient's gender is provided here. The patient's name is provided here. So these all informations what we are getting from this unstructured data, what we can convert to a structured format. Think like if we want to store in a database in a particular table, these all can be columns. Then the next information is visit or encounter. So what is encounter in this medical world term? That is nothing but an interaction between a patient and a healthcare provider for the purpose of providing healthcare service that can be related to some sugar test, pressure test or some blood test, something like that, or that can be related to determination of the health status for a particular patient. That we call as encounter. And what all encounter information available? Like admitted. So when the patient was admitted and when the patient was discharged. And discharged to. So the patient was discharged to where? That is, the patient was discharged to home with support service. So these are structured information we can get from this particular part. Now let's scroll below in the document and let's see what all information we can get in the lower part of it. So here we can see assessment. That is, the patient went to a doctor. Now what assessment the doctor has done based on patient health, etc. That information is available here. That is reported symptoms, history of patient's illness. So here 35-year-old, this particular information is giving us the idea about the patient's age, and then what all symptoms he is facing since last 2 months. Those information is available related to diagnosis. And here if I scroll below, here you will get patient ID. So for patient also, just like provider, we are having some ID that is available. Then here we can get some more information like what medicine was recommended, and then PMHX. So what is that? It is nothing but indicating patient's medical history like back pain and muscle issues, etc. NKDA, this particular thing is again a medical term, that is not known drug allergy, right? And then FHX, that is family health issues or family medical history. That particular information is available here. Then social habits of that particular patient like smoking, etc. This information is available here. So all this we can convert to a structured format if we can extract this information using OCR or using AWS extract, this kind of service. And then what else information is available here? If I scroll below, let's see. Here we are having patient's discharge summary. That patient should follow a strict diet and patient should not do this, should do that. Like those kind of informations are available in patient discharge summary. So I hope from this particular physician hospital discharge summary you can understand that there are many informations which we can convert to a structured format if we are able to extract the data. Now generally whenever a particular organization who need to convert this kind of unstructured data to a structured format, first what they need to do, that is OCR, that is extracting the text information from the scanned document or image. So suppose that part is done, and we got this kind of text after text extraction. Like here, if you see, initially we are having the hospital's contact details, then here provider information, patient name, provider's NPI number, then patient gender, and all this information we got in a text format. Still, this is an unstructured data only. Using OCR, just we converted that scanned image or scanned document to a text document. Now, how to convert this particular unstructured text document to a structured format so that it can be easily consumed by the downstream job, or it can be easily stored in some database, that we are going to explore now. Okay. So to extract the structured information from this unstructured text, what I will do, I will start writing the code in Google Colab. So as a first step, we obviously need to install Photo 3 because we are going to use Photo 3 to interact with Bedrock AWS service. So pip install Photo 3, and then apart from that, here I will be giving this particular text here in the Colab notebook. So I can write extracted text, and here within triple quotation I can paste this string because this is multi-line string, so triple single quote or triple double quote we have to use. And then here what all details we need to extract, that first let us list down. So that's why here I have taken some time to explain you these particular fields related to this discharge summary, because when you want AWS Bedrock to extract the certain information from this unstructured text, you need to give the description or explanation of that particular information properly to Bedrock so that Bedrock can properly extract. Like here, provider, this particular provider name, suppose we want to extract. So what I can give, I can write like this way. Provider is nothing but kind of doctor here. So doctor name, and suppose this should be the key in our output JSON, and now here we need to provide the explanation of this particular key, that what explanation the Bedrock can use to extract that particular info. Okay, so here I can give the doctor, or doctor is also called as provider, right? So provider's full name, like that way I can write. And maybe let me put this also inside triple double quotation because multiple informations we want to extract. So one such information is doctor. The Bedrock will be basically using this particular description or explanation of this field to extract this particular information. Like for example, if this particular information we are providing, that doctor or provider's full name, here it will come, and when it will get the text here, provider, this particular key will be matching, and it will hopefully able to extract this particular name of it, like that. Okay, then the next information which we can extract related to doctor is NPI number. So here I can give the info as provider ID, and here I can give the description as the doctor or provider's ID. So based on this particular description, when the Bedrock will take this particular text input, it will able to detect that this ID I am expecting, and we can hope that for this particular key it will provide that NPI number for that doctor or provider. Like this way, we need to provide the key and the explanation or the description of the key in a string. So let me complete this whole thing. So here these all structured information we can extract from this unstructured data, which will be helpful for our downstream process. For example, doctor name, provider ID, then the patient name. So here for this key, the explanation can be the patient's full name I want to extract, and from this text here it will able to extract this particular thing. Then the next is patient ID. As we discussed already, that patient also has an ID in this particular portion. Here if you see, the patient ID is available. Then patient gender, that information also we received here. And then patient age is nothing but available here. If you see in this particular assessment section, 35-year-old. So as I told you, this can be patient's age. We want to extract that information as well. Then admitted date, that is available in encounter. And then discharge date, when the patient was discharged, that information is available. Discharge to, so that is basically this particular field. So for that explanation we can provide where the patient was released or discharged to. Then drug allergies, the patient's known drug allergy, like not known drug allergy, no drug allergy is there, then I want this value. Then patient's medical history, that is available as this thing, PMHs, back pain and muscle pain, etc. So PMHs, the Bedrock will not able to understand directly. So here I need to give the hint that you extract the value related to PMHs. So whatever possible names a particular key can have, that all you need to mention. Like here, the doctor can be mentioned as doctor or provider. So I need to provide both things here wherever I want to extract information related to the doctor. Similarly here, the PMHX, like this way, if I say, Bedrock will not able to understand. So patient's medical history, this way we can mention, and then we can say that for this key, the explanation can be either medical history or in the short form also, this way it can be written. Then family medical history, like FHX is available, so that explanation we have given. Social habits, the patient's social habits that we have mentioned. Here in this particular text, it is mentioned as social HX, so that also we need to mention. So we need to provide as much description as possible and other possible keywords which convey the same information, like here PMHX for patient medical history, FHX for family medical history, those also we need to mention. So this kind of way, if we provide the description, we can hope that Bedrock will be able to extract those information from the text if we pass via prompt. So along with this, we need to mention some description also, like here role, like the Bedrock need to extract this all information that we need to mention. So here I can write like this way: you are a helpful assistant and please extract the following details from the document or extracted text, I can say here, from the extracted text, and format the output as JSON using the keys. Okay, this part is very important. So if you simply ask Bedrock to extract these informations, it can give as a string. But I want to get a structured format, and JSON is often considered as a very structured format. So doctor should be the key, and then corresponding to that the value should be the doctor name. Provider ID should be the key corresponding to that. Whatever value will be getting, that will be available as ID. Like that way, key value pair I want. So that I am also telling it, that format the output as JSON using the keys. So here we have already given the detailed explanation, and what are the keys, that also let me mention. That is same thing. Doctor name should be one key, and then provider ID should be one key, and then patient name should be one key, and then patient ID should be one key. And here if you see, Google Colab itself is giving us hint like patient gender, patient age. So I'll just hit a tab and I'll get all this information. So these will be acting as keys what we are expecting in the JSON output. That information here we have given, and then at last we need to mention the text document. So here from the extracted text, so here I need to pass the extracted text also. So this became our prompt template. So here I can provide like this way: input underscore text equal to this thing. Okay, now one thing in prompt engineering often considered, that if you specifically emphasize or highlight a specific portion or segment, so that Bedrock will consider this particular thing as one set of information, this as another set of information, then it is always better to provide XML tags. So here what I have written, that please extract the following details. So following details means I am saying that based on this description you extract the details from the text. So I can provide this particular thing within a XML tag. So start and then here end of our tag. So XML tagging is very vital for highlighting a specific section of our prompt. So this is our following details. It will extract, and from the extracted text. So this is our extracted text. So this also let me provide within a particular XML tag, and this is our extracted text. So following details is this one, and from the extracted text, that also highlighted here, and format the output as JSON using the keys. So here we have mentioned the keys. So here I will provide one more XML tags, and that will look like this one. So this became our prompt template, and we can hope that based on this kind of prompt instruction like details, keys and extracted text, Bedrock will be able to extract the required information. So now for Bedrock code, I will refer my previous video code, whatever I have explained. That same code I'll be copying and pasting here. You can refer my previous video if you want to know the detailed explanation of this particular code. In a overview level, here we are inputting all the necessary modules. We are creating the bottleneck client using access key and secret key. We are providing the input text. So our this case here, this is the input text. We can provide, we no need user input, and then we need to format also, because here this particular extracted text we are passing dynamically. So this extracted text should be taken from this particular string. So every time this particular information will change. So that's why I have given that as dynamic information. Rest part of the prompt is static. So that's why I have given static information, as simple as that. Input text we are creating, we are passing via this particular portion of the code to get the required JSON structure to invoke the model, and we are using Titan model to extract the information. And here output text, I can simply print it like this. So all I need to do is to provide the access key and secret key, so that I'll quickly do. So here I came to my AWS management console. I'll go to security credentials and I will key access key and secret key. Although it is not a good practice to create access key or secret key for root level, but just I'm doing for demo purpose. In production level, we can fine tune using creating an user and providing required access. So here, let's run the code from beginning. So this is our first cell, and then here this is our input text, and then here this is our code. So let's see how the output text will look like. So the extracted text is not able to find out, right? So here let me mention the key also. Sorry for that. We need to mention in this case formatted key. And now let's see output text. So here formatting was just a mistake, that here in this particular input text, wherever extracted text replacement need to be done, that replaced with this value. That is extracted text is basically our text extract data, whatever we got after OCR, right? And here if you see that output text, you are getting like this way. So let me just print the output text so that we can get better idea out of it. So here when we are printing the output text, it is looking like this way. So obviously as here you can see that JSON is coming, but rows like this way it is coming, and tabular data JSON like that also coming. Here colon is not there, so that's why this JSON conversion is not happening. So I need to strip this or remove this. So here strip, what part I want to strip, that is this. Okay, I have to be using position actually. The string part I want to remove. So here it was not removed because it can be that these things are there. So let's remove that one as well. Yeah. Now here if you see that we are getting proper JSON data. Now what we can do, we can convert this particular string now using JSON.loads to a JSON, and then here rows is the key. So I can extract the rows, and it is an array. So the first element I need to extract, so that I will do. And here beautifully we are getting the JSON data. So let's tally. So doctor's name, this thing, Matthew Jackson PhD. So if you see here in this, Matthew Jackson PhD was there. Provider ID, this value 00988277891. 00988277891. That information is available. Patient name John Doe. So here patient name John Doe, right? Then patient ID. Patient ID was available here if you see, right? NARH-36640. That same information we are getting. Patient gender was male. Admitted date, discharge date, it has extracted properly from here and here, right? And then here if you see patient medical history, that information was available, back pain and muscle pain, etc. So here if you see back pain, muscle pain, no ajax of surgery. Then here drug allergy. So NKDA here it was mentioned, right? Not known drug allergy, that also it has mentioned. Family medical history, uncle has bleeding ulcer. So here if you see that family history, uncle has bleeding ulcer. So what I'm trying to say, that from that unstructured data, whether you are considering image, and from image eventually we got text by applying OCR. So the text also an unstructured data. If we simply query using some normal prompt, it will give us as a text format. Again, from there extracting information would be difficult. But here we have improved and given the prompt such that the Bedrock can extract the specific information of our requirement. Like here in the details, for each key, what is the description, that we have mentioned properly. So whenever you are working with Bedrock and your data, you should have some domain knowledge. Like here, if you don't know what is the provider, it will be hard to get the proper information, and for most of the cases it will give you the wrong data or it will hallucinate. That's why I have explained the medical discharge summary first with some time. The reason is that way we can give the description of this particular key properly. So based on this description, if you give a good description, you will get good result. If you not provide that much good description, you will get bad result out of this GenAI models. And then I am saying that these are the keys I am expecting and JSON data I want to get. And all I am doing every time whenever we need to run, we need to replace this extracted text, whatever we got using OCR, that is this particular section. And then using our typical earlier code, we just ran without changing much and we got the desired JSON out of it. Now downstream job can consume the JSON easily. You can store the data in DynamoDB or somewhere. So my only point here in this particular video is to explain you how to extract structured information from a template kind of thing from unstructured data. Like here we have provided a template, kind of this is acting like a JSON template that we can provide to Bedrock and provide a proper prompt like this way with proper XML tagging, and based on that it can return us the data. Also one more point I would like to mention, that here as per our current prompt, whatever output we are getting, that is appearing like this, where tabular data JSON, this particular string is coming in the beginning, and here we are having the rest JSON, within which we are having rows as one particular array, and within that array the first element is our point of interest. And due to this particular nature, we need to do this particular post processing, and along with this, these things also there, then only we are getting our actual data. But we can easily change this by little bit tuning our input prompt. For example, here please extract the following details from the extracted JSON and format the output as JSON using the keys. And here I can give some more information like this way, that you return only JSON data within curly brackets. Okay, no need to put within an array and that giving that name as rows not needed. Okay, and don't put any text other than actual data, so that with tabular data JSON those things will not be coming, we can hope. And now let me just run this particular cell and let's see how the output will be getting. So here you can see this time we are getting the output only within these three characters. Earlier we were getting here tabular data JSON, within that rows was one array. Those things got removed just by tuning the prompt little bit, right? So here all we have to do every time once we get the data, we have to just apply stripping for these three characters removal, and that way we'll be getting our actual required JSON. That's it. Okay, so just change the prompt little bit if you are not getting the expected result, and this is how beautifully from the unstructured data we can get the proper required structured data. And this output text.strip is currently a string. Obviously we can pass via json.loads to get the dictionary or JSON format. I hope you are easily getting that. So this is all for this video. I hope you understood how to convert an unstructured data to a structured format using Generative AI and AWS Bedrock service. If you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you for watching.